Chelsea have made enquiries for Conrad Harder and others as they seek a new striker before the end of the window. Uh, it's I feel like tomorrow's deadline day is going to be one hell of a chaos that we've not experienced in a long time. Anyway, hello there, guys, and welcome back to the 6 Yard Banter, your front row seat to the Premier League's top six drama with a Chelsea twist. Here, it's Chelsea first and rivals next. So earlier in the day, Einstein tweeted that Chelsea have made inquiries for Conrad Harder and others as they seek a new striker before the end of the window. And afterwards, news outlets from Matt Law and Sky TV or Sky Sports also posted that Chelsea have made inquiries for have initiated contacts with Conrad Harder's agent as well as Sporting Lisbon and other strikers or other options, okay, as to know which one to go with just in case Jackson ends up leaving permanently. Because the clause now with Chelsea has given to Bayern Munich is either to buy have Dick Jackson on an outright purchase or the buy him with a loan and an obligation to buy and no longer an option. So I'm going to quickly touch on Conrad Harder because honestly, he's just into his second season as a senior player in the Sporting Lisbon team. He was in the Lisbon's youth team setup, and last season was his major breakout, deputizing with Victor Gyökeres, and he's supposed to have another season, okay, as a full-time striker this time around this season. And because of the news broke out earlier that Chelsea are also going to have another scan on Liam Delap because they fear that his injury could be longer than the 6 to 8 weeks that was actually stipulated or estimated. So I don't know much about him, but from the few videos of him that I've watched, I'm talking about Conrad Harder. He has the same playing style as Victor Gyökeres, and he is one who makes use of he runs through channels and all that. But one thing I've taken note about him is he's two-footed. He can strike the ball. He has a very good striking technique, and he doesn't necessarily need to run into the box before he shoots. He shoots right from outside the box, and yeah, I don't think we have enough of players like that in the squad who can shoot like that. But he's still young and very raw. I don't think he's going to want to be a bit part player because Sporting Lisbon actually offers him an opportunity to be the full time the leading striker rather for the team. But another thing is that he's also linked to RB Leipzig, and it looks like they are nearing a deal. They're closing in on a deal for the transfer of Conrad Harder to RB Leipzig. So I feel like if Chelsea can steal him or snap him before he moves to RB Leipzig, wouldn't be a bad buy. I would actually like it because we are in this mess because the sporting directors know very well that for us to challenge, and considering the factoring that the players have barely had enough rest to recover, and prepare for the new season. It was inevitable. They knew that it was imperative for Chelsea to have three strikers. And now Liam Delap is now out injured, and fears is that his injury could be longer than estimated. We only have one recognized striker. Marc Guiu, Marc Guiu is out on loan to Sunderland, and that's another option that Matt Law posted that Chelsea are also looking at recalling. But Fabrizio posted afterwards that Marc Guiu doesn't have a recall clause in his loan contract, so talks are ongoing amongst the Chelsea board on what striker or which striker to go for. Besides Liam Delap's physics and features, I feel like if we can get Conrad Harder, it wouldn't be a bad buy, like I said. But honestly, I don't know much about him. For those of you who watch Sporting Lisbon and all that, if you know about Conrad Harder, please kindly tell me more about him and let us know what Chelsea actually going for, or what to expect from a player of Conrad Harder's caliber or type of player. And now let's quickly touch on Nicholas Jackson. So, with regards to Nicholas Jackson and the saga surrounding him, I wanted to give a brief on everything that's gone on. And in summary, everything that's gone on today, as regards to Nicholas Jackson, is that the player himself doesn't want to return to Chelsea, and is gonna be really pissed returning to Chelsea. And Harley Barrett, who happens to be his agent, has been trying everything in his power to get the deal for him to go to Bayern Munich back on, but Chelsea have dug their heels in. And now, so this is the thing here. As I was about to go further into details as regards to what's surrounding Nicholas Jackson, Florian Plettenberg has just posted now that the deal has been, Bayern Munich has pulled off from the deal, and this is it. Exclusive: Jackson to FC Bayern deal now 100% over. Decision made a few minutes ago. Bayern have officially pulled out. Jackson and Ali Barrett will fly back to England. We're about to have an unhappy Nicholas Jackson in Cobham. And I just hope that the consequences of this is not going to be a disharmony in the team and the squad, because it looks like his heart is elsewhere. He doesn't want to be anywhere around Chelsea anymore. And earlier on, his family, even in Senegal, posted that Nicholas Jackson and Halle Barrett and the rest of his entourage are still in Germany and trying everything they can to get the deal revived, and that Nicholas Jackson was apparently and obvious and very pissed. So I hope that this doesn't affect anything. But left for me, I don't know. I feel like if Bayern Munich really trusted him enough, they could have just forked out the money and bought him outrightly, because it doesn't make any sense. Okay, they just recently they wanted to buy Nick Waltermaid, who was just signed for Newcastle, and for a huge amount of money they put up front and certain add-ons as well. So where has all that money gone to? It just feels like they just wanted to milk us and play games with us, because if they really trusted him, they would have outrightly gone to buy him, or at the very least gone with an obligation to buy. That's what I think about it. And on top of Nicholas Jackson, his move being called off, now Marc Guiu's loan has also been cancelled, and there's an agreement in place according to Matt Law. Yeah, so mean? What does this mean? I saw a tweet earlier on. I think that has to do. It was posted by some um in a page. Aaron, Rami something. I didn't catch the full name. So he posted earlier that if Nicholas Jackson's deal gets cancelled and Bayern did not buy, choose not to buy it or go for a loan with an obligation or an outright purchase, that we might not have the funds to go for Fermin Lopez. So what does this mean? Does this mean that we're going to be having an unhappy Nicholas Jackson in the squad with Marc Guiu, who's actually not experienced enough to lead the Chelsea front line in place of Liam Delap? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. It's just looking. It just doesn't look. I hope Jackson can just buy into the mentality that Trevor Chalobah had and demonstrated when he came back into when he was called back from his loan at Crystal Palace, and he tries to prove himself and try to win his position back in the lineup, in the Chelsea lineup. I don't know. I just don't feel too optimistic about it. I don't feel too positive about Jackson coming back to the team. Looks like it's gonna take a whole lot for Enzo Maresca to get him to be on a good page with the whole Chelsea team and all that. So let me know what you guys think about Jackson returning and Marc Guiu's loan also, Marc Guiu also being recalled. And let's talk about Manchester City and the game between Liverpool and Arsenal. So first off, let's talk about Man City. Ever since Maresca left Manchester City, Guardiola has been a shadow of himself. Okay, so it just feels like something is missing in Guardiola's team. And it doesn't mean that the players or the crop of players that Guardiola have now are bad players. But something is definitely amiss. And it just looks like the focus and the players' focus and the mindset is in question or are in question. Guardiola looks a shadow of himself. Could it be that Enzo Maresca has been the success story behind Guardiola's game, or the reason why Guardiola did so well, or what the reason why has done so well in times past? Because I really don't know what to make of this team. They could not break down Brighton. For some reason, Alan scored first, and the Brighton coach made a tactical tweak, and Manchester City conceded, and game became a tie. And towards the end of the game, the Brighton coach brought in another player. I've forgotten his name, and that was just it. That killed it. So I don't know. These are the same players. I wonder what's happened to Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Nathan Ake, and the rest. It just seems to be chopping and changing, and doing some sort of rotation. I think I'm going to have to keep a close eye on Manchester City even further, but they really, really don't look like the Manchester City that used to be scary. These days now, Brighton feel like they have an upper hand against Manchester City as well as other teams. Down to Liverpool versus Arsenal. Now, This Arsenal team, I think it's safe to call them a set piece team. In a game where they failed to score from the set piece, Arsenal looked toothless. They just cannot do anything. And it begs the question because it looks like the teams are starting to set up strongly against their set piece and starting to find a way around this set piece that Arsenal used to score and all that. And I don't know. Martin Odegaard, even before his injury, it did not look like the Odegaard that was talked about. Uh, Gyökeres was completely lost in the game. Madueke still keeps demonstrating this his movements where he doesn't look up and all that. He wants to be the one to do everything. He's still showing the sign of the immaturity part of him that made us cash in on him. Anyway, so Chelsea, we go into the international break with Liverpool first, Chelsea second, Arsenal third. Who else is fourth? I don't know. I've not checked the whole table, but I believe that's the table right now. Liverpool first, Chelsea second, Arsenal third, and anyway, you guys. Tomorrow is deadline. The transfer window is going to shut down after tomorrow, and I believe it's going to be really really chaotic. Don't forget, we still have some other players to find solution to, players like Chilwell, Sterling, Axel Disasi. Who else again? I think one player is still missing. But so far, Chelsea have done good trying in making lots of money from player sales and all that. I think we happen to be the best, the one with the highest net spend, or best net spend rather. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'd love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on everything that's been talked about. Tomorrow, I'm sure that we'll have a lot to talk about. I might have double videos for you guys tomorrow, because I believe that it's going to be a lot to compress into one video. So check out the space on everything that's going to be talked about. And until we meet again, it's Chelsea first and rivals next. Peace.